Hi, good morning. So let us see equilibrium problem on three cylinders. The problem is three cylinders ABC weighing 150 Newton, 400 Newton and 200 Newton respectively are piled in a channel as shown in figure. With radii of ABC are 40 centimeter, 60 centimeter and 50 centimeter respectively. The question is find the reactions at the contact points. So weight of the cylinders is given, radius of the cylinders is given. The question is we have to calculate the reactions at the contact points. What are the contact points? So you can see P, Q, R, S. In addition to that, the cylinders C and B have a contact point. We can call that as R, C, B, and cylinders A and B have a contact point. And we can call that as a reaction A, B. So before we write the free body diagram, so let us think about the inclination of the reactions. So as we already know, the reactions are always perpendicular to the surfaces. So if you take the reaction at the point P, the reaction will be in the horizontal direction because the surface is vertical direction, exactly vertical, therefore reaction will be in the horizontal direction. Therefore there is no need to calculate the value of theta. Whereas in case of Q, again the surface is vertical, the reaction is horizontal. Similarly at the point S, surface is horizontal, reaction is vertical. Similarly at the point R, surface is vertical, reaction is horizontal. Whereas in case of reaction between the cylinder C and B, so there is an inclined reaction. So inclined reaction. So we have to calculate, so this inclination of this reaction. So I'll call this as the inclination of this alpha 1 and this has reaction, so B to C. So B to C. So now how to calculate the value of alpha 1? So in the problem, the diameter of the cylinder C and B is given, whereas the width of the channel is also given. So based on these dimensions, we can calculate the value of alpha. I'll just write on the diagram here once more. So this is your alpha 1. So what is the length of this side? So you can see from the figure. So this is, we know the radius of the cylinder B and radius of cylinder C. So radius is given as 60 cm for B and 40 cm for 60 cm for B, whereas C it is 50 cm. So total, so length will be 110 cm. 110 centimeter. So now, so let us check length for this one. So we know the total width of the channel. So if we subtract, so radius of the cylinder B and radius of the cylinder C, so we will get the this remaining length. That is, so to get this length, so 150 minus the radius of C minus radius of B. So that's works out to be, so 150 minus RC, radius of C is 60 minus, so radius of B is 60. So the net value works out to be, so it is 110 minus 150 means it is, so 40. So from this, so we can calculate the value of alpha 1. So this is hypotenuse. So this is hypotenuse. This is opposite. So this is hypotenuse. Call this as adjacent side. So now define the trigonometric functions which relates adjacent to hypotenuse. So we can define cos alpha. So cos alpha 1 is equal to, so adjacent side by hypotenuse side. So that is equal to, so adjacent we know 40. So divide by 110. So therefore the value of cos alpha 1 works out to be
68.68 degrees.
68.68 degrees. So value of alpha 1 works out to be 68.68 degrees. Similarly, we can calculate the one more inclination. So between AB, so here So I'll write down the diagram here. So now, so this length between A to B, I'll call this as A. So this as B. The distance between the A to B is radius of sum of radius of A, sum of radius of A plus radius of B. So radius of A is 40 plus B is it is 60. So total is it is 100 centimeter. Now find out the length of, so this say this length. So we can calculate this length by subtracting the width of the channel with radius of the B and radius of the A. That is, so 150 minus radius of B. So radius of B minus radius of A. So that is equal to, so 150 minus radius of B is 60 minus radius of, so A is 40. So that is equal to nothing but 100 60 sorry, 150 minus 100 is nothing but it is 50 centimeters. So that therefore this value also to be 50 centimeter. Now, so I have taken this as alpha 2. So this is also to be opposite. So this is your hypotenuse and this value is adjacent. So we have to calculate the value of alpha 2. So the trigonometric function which relates, so adjacent to hypotenuse is nothing but cos alpha. Therefore, so cos alpha 2 is equal to, so adjacent 50 divided by 100. So that gives alpha 2 as again
60 degree.
60 degrees. So this is the value of inclination between the sphere A and B. So let us write down the free body diagram separately for each sphere. So I'll write down the value of alpha 1 here. So alpha 1 is equal to 68.68 degrees and alpha 2 is equal to 60 degrees. So now free body diagram. So I'll remove this line also. I need more space to write down the free body diagram. So let us write down free body diagram for the sphere A. So what are the forces acting on the sphere A? So sphere A has its own weight, self weight acting in the downward direction. It has a weight of, so 150 Newton. So sphere A has a contact point S. So reaction which is acting vertically upward direction. Say R S. Now which has a contact point R. So which is acting from left to right. Say we call this as R reaction at the contact point R. So we have the contact point between the cylinders A and B. So that is here. So that is I call as R A to B. So now the sphere B is exerting force on the sphere or cylinder A. That means this cylinder is exerting force on the cylinder A, means this force should act in the downward direction. So here, so this is R. So B to A or A to B, both are same. I'll call A to B. So these are the four forces acting on the cylinder A. So let us write down free body diagram for the cylinder B. So in the same direction. So now mark the point B. So check the forces acting on the cylinder B. So on the cylinder B, there is a self weight acting in the downward direction. Weight of B is 400 Newton. Next, so at the contact point R, there is a reaction which acts from right to left. So right to left. So call R Q, reaction at the point Q. Reaction Q. Next, so we have this upward reaction. So due to the force applied by the cylinder on the that is the force due to the force applied by the cylinder B on the cylinder A, there should be a upward reaction. So we should act in the upward direction. Call this as R B to A. Now there is again a contact point between the B and C. So cylinder C is exerting force on the cylinder B. That means the reaction should be in the inclined downward direction. That is, it should be like this. So this is R. So B to C. So now this inclination we have calculated here. So you can see for this one, so it is here, this one is alpha 2. So this alpha 2 is 60 degree here. It is 60 degree. And here it is, so this should be 60 degree. So now write on the free body diagram for the sphere C. To write on the free body diagram for the sphere C, so alpha 1 is equal to 68.68 degree and alpha 2 is equal to 60 degree. Just remove this values. So now, so we have to write on the free body diagram for the cylinder C. So at C again, so mark the point C. So its self weight acting in the downward direction, represent the self weight acting in the downward direction, it is 200 Newton. So 200 Newton. Next, the contact reaction at the point P, RP, and then, so it has only 3 reactions. So one is at the contact point P, another one is its self weight, and one more is at the contact point between B and C. As I told, the cylinder C is exerting force on the cylinder B, so that is shown as RBC. For that, the B should exert a reactive force in the upward direction, that is here. So in the upward manner, so this should be RCB, RBC or RCB. So this inclination, so we can call. So this is already you can see. So this one is alpha 1, the value of this one is calculated here 68.68 degrees, and so here it should be 68.68 degrees. So this is the free body diagram. So free body at B for the point cylinder B. This is free body diagram for the cylinder A, and this is free body diagram at cylinder C. So this is the free body diagram from which we can calculate the reactions. To calculate the reactions at different points, so this is nothing but 68 degree. You can see here. So this is 68.68 degrees. Okay. So to calculate the reactions, just check the number of minimum unknowns. So if you see all the 3 free body diagrams, here the number of unknowns is minimum number of unknowns is in the cylinder C, that is RCB and RP. So we can use Lami's theorem or we can use the conditions of equilibrium to calculate the unknowns. Now I am going to use the Lami's theorem for the free body diagram at the cylinder C to calculate the unknowns. So apply Lami's theorem. So Lami's theorem at sphere or cylinder. So cylinder C. So this is RCB. So by the angle, sine of the angle between the other two forces, that is sine 90. Sine 90 is equal to, so RP by sine of the angle between the other two forces, that is sine 90 plus the remaining angle is 68.68 degree. So 68.68 degrees. So that is equal to, and 200 divided by, so 200, so divided by sine of the angle between the other two forces, that is sine of, so 68.68 degrees. So from which we can calculate the value of RP and RC. If we equate, so RCB by sine 90 to 200 by sine 68.68, we will get the value of RCB. So therefore RCB is equal to RCB or RBC.
214.7 Newton.
So 214.7
Newton.
Similarly, if you equate Rp by sin 90 plus 68.68 to 200 divided by sin 68.68, you will get the value of Rp. Rp as
78.06 Newton.
78.06 newtons. So once you know the value of RCB, so here you can write down the value of RCB. So 214.7 and RP we have calculated. Next, calculate the value of RQ, RBA. R can use yes, we should start from this free body diagram, because if you come here RS, RR and RAB, so there are three unknowns. We cannot solve this. We cannot find out reactions at this point because there are three unknowns. So here we have only two unknowns. We know RBC, so the remaining unknowns are RBA and RQ. So therefore, so next go to the cylinder B to find out the unknowns. So let us take I'll use conditions of free body, conditions of equilibrium to the free body diagram at B. So now apply conditions of equilibrium. Apply conditions of equilibrium. Equilibrium at free body diagram FBD at B. Free body diagram at B. So take sigma Fx equal to 0 or sigma Fy equal to 0. So first I'll use the condition sigma Fx equal to 0. So equate all the forces acting along x direction to 0. What are the forces acting along x? So let us equate all the forces acting along x direction to 0. So the first horizontal force here is, so RQ. So RQ is negative direction, RQ plus, so RBC, so RBC cos 60 degree, sorry 68, the inclination of RBC is 68.68. So 68.68. Next, the one more force to be resolved along horizontal direction is RBA plus R, so BA cos 60 should be equal to 0. So we have equated all the horizontal forces to 0. So here we have the value we know is RBC. We know the value of RBC, but we don't know RQ and RBA. Therefore, call this as equation number 1. Now, so use the second condition of equilibrium, that is sigma Fy is equal to 0. So minus 400. So resolve this force to in the vertical direction. So upward direction positive plus R. So BA. So sin 60. So this will become minus 214. So 214.7 sin 68.68. 68.68 should be equal to 0. From this we can calculate the value of RBA. Therefore, the value of RBA works out to be RBA or RAB?
692.83.
692.83
92.83
Newton. So you substitute this value to equation number 1. Substitute to equation 1, you get the value of RBC. From equation number 1, the value of RBC. So RBC is equal to, yes, the value of RBC is
equal to
RBC or RC. So now from equation number 1, so we can calculate the value of RQ. So RQ is equal to
424.47 Newton.
424.47 Newton. So you can just note down the reactions whatever we have calculated. So RBC we have calculated here 214.7. So RBA 692.83. 424.83 and next so RQ here is equal to 424.47 Newton. RP we have calculated. So what is the value of RP? RP in the previous
RP
is
78.06 Newton.
78.06 newtons. So RCB we have already calculated. So 214.17. Next, so the remaining unknowns are so RBC calculated, RBA calculated, RQ is calculated. So RBA remains in here. RBA is equal to so 692.83. So the remaining unknowns are RS and RR. Okay, let us calculate those unknowns. Again, use the conditions of equilibrium to the free body diagram at the cylinder A. So apply. Conditions of equilibrium. Conditions of equilibrium for the free body diagram at cylinder C. So cylinder A, cylinder this one, which is nothing but this diagram. So now we know we have only two unknowns. So we can use the first condition of equilibrium, that is sigma Fx equal to 0. So equate all the horizontal forces to 0. So here I take RR, so which is positive because it is acting from left to right, positive. Next, so RAB minus so RAB cos 60 is equal to 0. There are no other horizontal forces acting in the x direction. So one is RR, another one is RAB. We have already resolved that force to minus RAB cos 60. So we don't know the value of RR, we know the value of RAB. So if you substitute 692.83, so RP minus 692.83 cos 60 is equal to 0. We get the value of RP. RP as
RR.
Okay, sorry. RR as
346.42.
346.42 newtons. Now the remaining last unknown is RS. So now calculate this. Take the second condition of equilibrium, that is sigma Fy is equal to 0. So that is so RS upward positive minus downward 150 should be equal to one more inclined reaction is there. So 150 again dissolve this force to vertical direction minus so RAB sin 60 should be equal to 0. So therefore RAB we have already calculated 692.83. So RS minus 150 minus RAB is so 692.83 sin 60 is equal to 0. So from this we can calculate the value of RS.
750 Newton.
750 Newton. So therefore we have calculated 750 Newton. Here this one is also calculated. RR is equal to 346.4 Newton. So hence we have calculated all the reactions and all the reactions have been shown in the free body diagram. So that completes the problem.